No. Connecting.
Hello,
I think I'm live.
is it me you're looking for?
Can you check to see we're live? Do you see anything?
What am I? What am I? Oh, there it is. New notification. We are. I think we're live over here, dude.
Hold on, let me. I don't see anything. Say something. Connecting.
Something. Hello.
There you are. Okay, I heard it. I heard it. Okay. Share. Now go to the thing or the Facebook page and share it. Choose how to interact. Share. Go to share to newsfeed. What up, Alex? Hey, Alex. Thank you. Thank you for your responses, bro. Share to newsfeed. There we go. Oh God. Oh, I gotta change the business or the title of this thing. That sounds like a nice title for a song, though. Misguided Dreams. Is that a song?
I have no idea.
Aspiring wait. How do you spell entrepreneur? Entrepreneurs. I think. There we go. Nope. Gotta tag you. Did you share it? Make sure you share it. People watching, make sure you share it.
I think I did.
Also, if you're new to the podcast or room or whatever, say what's up. Let us know if you're new. Say hi to Chris. Word on
I'm
street,
new.
he's a little nervous.
Ain't nobody nervous, dude.
Ain't nobody nervous. You right. Okay, let me make sure this is good. Let me pour me a drink. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Damn, this is the most people I had starting. Damn, Chris, you famous, dog.
Same, dude. I don't know what to say. You know.
I can only see the people in the room if they're my friends. So I only see Alex. He's my only
I don't
friend.
even know who's in the room. I don't even see who's in the room.
You can't see?
I don't know how this stuff works, dude.
Me neither. Wait, see, my YouTube's not thing. How come you're not going through? Oh, let me check my YouTubes. Make sure that's live. Everyone, please be patient. We are starting. This is my first time I've actually set it up for YouTube and Twitch. So I just got to check that out real quick.
Thanks a lot, loser.
Your channel.
I'm waiting for those photos for you.
Snap. Everyone, please be patient. This is real now. All right, I think we're good. Did you said you ain't getting a drink, bro? No, I'm just drinking by myself. Come on, man, just run and get something.
I got this.
Nah, man, I had like 3 people. I had one person.
This is peer pressure, by the way.
Go ahead. It is peer pressure. I apologize, but the last 5 people didn't want to drink with me. Alex.
And I'm just gonna let you know I hate beer.
You're drinking beer?
Yeah.
Damn.
Can't stand this shit. How you? Where's the bottle opener?
Where are you? What room is this?
It's my basement.
Okay. I remember seeing I think Amanda posted something. You got like your 5 screens up and shit. Did you get a new monitor? Cool. Good talk.
You're breaking up, by the way. I can't hear anything.
Well, you're probably away from the screen, but whatever. What you got in the back there? What you got on your whiteboard, man? You got notes?
Technical difficulties.
Let's say what's up to
We
the chat.
back.
What up, chat? What it do? Your screen's like vertical, horizontal.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you, but you're. Did you flip it?
It's like frozen. You good?
Yeah, we good. What are you drinking?
It's the only thing we got in the house right now.
What is it? What is it?
Modelo.
Hey, okay. You make it sound like it's like a bad thing.
I don't drink beer.
Is it cold at least?
Yeah.
All right, all right.
If I make a face during this,
Thanks, babe. No, man, you're supposed to cheers first. Ugh. Chris. Cheers, bro. Hey, as customary for my intro to everyone, I just want to raise a glass to say I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on for short notice. And for people that usually do my show, we have a quick little intro. We kind of talk like a good 15, 20 minutes before the show starts. Just kind of go over what we talk about. So I'll just quickly fill everyone in. Today's topic is actually near and dear to me. It's if you see the title, it's called "Misguided Dreams of Aspiring Entrepreneurs." I think grammatically that's correct. But like 5 years ago, when I first started my first company, B Media, what people don't realize, I actually walked away from a 100K salary job. I looking back at it, it was actually really, really stupid, really crazy, for the simple fact that I just wasn't prepared. I got caught in the hype of, I learned a new skill. I kind of rekindled my passion for photography. I've always been an artist at heart. Like even like just scribbling on like comic books or like tracing things at a young age to now just like photography. I bought all these art supplies that I've yet to use. They're still in the box and the cases or whatever. But yeah, 5 years ago, I picked up a camera.
Wow.
Technology made it really easy for me. I use a Sony system, and I learned a new technique. It's called like a high-speed sync. 5 years ago, no one knew what that was. Pretty much that's just like flash photography. You can do like sports stuff, just like high movement. There's like no blur, but it makes it look like a high production picture. And pretty much I could emulate that from my living room. And Chris and Amanda were actually one of my first people that actually I practiced it on. So it's actually fitting that you're here, and I kind of explain to you why this topic is really important. So pretty much I started a business with having no idea how to run a business. And I think that's where a lot of people are that are entrepreneurs. They fall in love with the idea, especially current day with all the social media, all the people that are like super talented, or at least they look super talented, getting all this fame and clout just because they know how to do like one thing and get famous off of it. And I thought I could do that. I pretty much just quit my job, dropped everything I could do, and say I could take a picture that's pretty high quality, and I thought I could make money off of it. But after a week, that week turned to 2 weeks, a month. I was like, man, I really missed that constant paycheck. I'm just like, well, this shit's scary. I wish I didn't start this when I had a wife and kid already. Then,
yeah, your wife must have been like,
but ultimately, what I really want to talk about is like the pain that a lot of the entrepreneurs and people starting out, they kind of go through that, and kind of seeing where everyone is. Like I'm not assuming Chris is in that situation, but I know a lot of people can talk about that specific situation and kind of figure out or tell people how they got out of it. Because I think the best way to learn is to learn from people that are in the same situation, that are just slightly ahead of you, that got over that hump. They're right there just to help you over, man. They're reaching out their hand. Come on, I help you. Come on, let's go. And that's what it's all about. Like the podcast is about entrepreneurs helping other entrepreneurs. Like I'm not a millionaire. I don't think I'm all that, but I do think I have a little bit of advice, and I do think the people I have on my show have stories that can help people. So I'm hoping people out there not only can they be entertained by us just chopping it up, but at least learn something. So cheers to you, Chris. Thanks for coming on the show. We are going to be editing some photos together
No
later.
problem, man.
And let's get it started, bro. Cheers, bro.
Hmm.
So
Cheers.
Chris, for
That's actually funny that you brought that up.
Go ahead.
That's funny that you brought that up. That like I think that's the first time I actually like met you was in your living room with your whole camera setup.
Yes, sir.
And Amanda was like, "This is one of my best friends," and I was like, You've never mentioned this dude ever before. Who is this Jay Bucko dude?" We're like the closest. I'm like, okay, that's cool, I guess. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, that's the
and
thing.
now look at us.
Now look at us, just in each other's basements, just chopping it up,
Yeah.
drinking alcohol we don't even like.
Yeah, forcing. Yeah, peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, like in the high school.
Well, you said you were gonna. What were you gonna drink? Moscow Mule or whatever?
I was gonna do a White Russian.
Yeah, see,
but
class it up.
I got lazy and didn't feel like. Yeah.
Well, this is not lazy, man. Modelo is a respectable drink. We are not sponsored, but we are taking sponsorships. Yeah, but just real quick for everyone
do some product photography
here, for people that may not know you, can you give a little quick background of yourself, who you are, and what you do?
I am Chris Hudson, aka Tofu, of Chicago Tribe. I guess my artistic career started in dancing, and then slowly started getting into photography, and I guess that's where I'm at now. And I want to dabble in some video as well, but right now I'm just focus on photography. Yeah. And since no one can battle and stuff right now,
we're gonna battle on some photography and flash photography later.
Yeah, flash photography rounds.
All right, so just real quick,
that's pretty much it.
Just shout out to everyone. I think there's a little bit of a delay, so if we do run in over each other's sentences, I apologize. We will back it up and try to figure it out. But just for my what I was talking about earlier, like one of the main topics or main starting points that I tell everyone that I struggle with, or people that's starting out, is like they fall in love with the idea of starting a business. And one of the things that people don't understand is, like one of the key pieces of advice is what people tend to do is they want to quit their 9-to-5 and then start a business. But in reality, you start the business first in the hours after your 9-to-5, in the 4 or 5 hours you have at home that you are dedicated usually to like TV, Netflix, or video games, or going out. That's when you start the business. The 4 hours, actually the 2 hours before work, you start that business, get a steady flow of income, and then you quit. Because what tends to happen when you a month out and you ain't getting that 2 week later salary check, the world hits you, and it hits you fast. And for me, I was scared shitless. Like, luckily my wife, she was supportive all the way through, but not everyone has someone that can help pick them up when they're down. And like, I always tell my wife, like, I love her to death because, we balance each other out so well. More so her. I mean, baby, I know you're watching. I love you so much. Not trying to butter you up, but I love you. Can you talk a little bit about how, like I said, Amanda, she is like my homegirl since like the back neighborhood. We've been cool since high school. But when life happens, you tend to lose touch. But can you talk a little bit about your support system and how important it is for you with your passions and I'm kind of going forward, but like moving to Cali and coming back?
So I have to say, Amanda has been a huge support system from the get. Even like when it came to dancing, like she was always pushing me and stuff like that. There'd be stuff like even if like going to practice or going to battles, she'd be like, "Why don't you go?" And I'm like, "I don't really feel like it." She's like, "No, you should go," and blah, blah, blah. Even if it's just to go hang out with the crew. But then when it came to photography, so the way that it worked is I jumped in. There's crew members, Torsion and Scuba, they do photography as well. So I'd like peep their work and I was like, "Oh man, that's pretty cool," and it's kind of just like on the back burner. I'm like, "Man, that's pretty dope." And then we moved to California. I wasn't dancing with anybody. So then I just started like dabbling into photography as well. I had some coworkers, Jason, and me and him would like bounce ideas off, and then I was like, all right, let me try this, give this a shot. So the way that I started thinking about like trying to be an entrepreneur when it comes to photography is kind of it wasn't the I'm gonna jump into photography and quit my job. It was kind of like I'm moving back to Chicago. I don't really want to do a 9 to 5, so let me try photography. Let me see if I can make photography my thing. And to your point, I was lucky enough to have Amanda who was like, all right, I'm going to give you this amount of time to try this stuff, because luckily she was able to support us financially. So I was like, all right, that's cool. Let me try it. And then, it didn't work out. To your point, like you said before, like there are things, you need to get the business aspect right before you can, before your creative aspect actually like makes more sense. So I was struggling. I'm like the worst at self-promoting. So I'd be like, hey, you want to take a photo? No? All right, cool. No. It's like, so I wasn't really, I was like, okay, well, next. So like my photography, like self-promotion isn't the greatest, but yeah, there's that. And then, like obviously COVID happened. So for me, it was the past like year that I was actually trying. And so like COVID happened, and obviously people weren't trying to hang out with one another. And then slowly but surely, the idea of like bringing in money was starting to, I was like, okay, now I need to get like an actual job. So now I got a job, and unfortunately I need to switch my mind back to getting back into photography more, because before that, obviously I had the time I can like schedule and have people come over during the week, or, what I'm saying, I wouldn't be tired and stuff like that, but I'm going to get back into it.
But I think that's where a lot of people are stuck in. It's one of those things where you're just like, if you can't picture yourself like making money right away, you're just like, nah, it's not a good idea. Nah, it probably won't work out. And I think that's where a lot of people
I
are.
don't think this is good.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, what, maybe I'll just keep it as a hobby for now. Because when we were talking off screen, even before this, I was like, hey, Chris, where do you see yourself right now? Like, how would you rate yourself? And I think that's the hardest thing people like have a problem doing, because like no one likes that. Like no one likes admitting like I may have like a flaw, or I may not.
Oh, I know I have. I think that's the reason why I said I don't know, because I was like, bro, I think I'm at like a 2. Because I know that's my problem. I know I have those flaws. So, and I know we were talking off screen about how like we want to like do things and like fail, or like you need to get that failure to hit you, and then you're like, oh okay, I need to do things a little differently. For me, it's like, dang, I need to. That's what I don't want to try that. I think I might mess that up. Like it's kind of like, so I'm kind of like my own worst critic, and I kind of hold myself back. So I just know that there are definitely things that I need to work on.
Yeah, but I think one of the things too is like when you go into business, or the people that are just right on the edge, they're never really in the middle of that. They're just on both ends of the spectrum. They think they're hot shit, or they're just like hot garbage. Like that's really what it is. Because like me, I was like big headed about everything. Like I was like right away, I'm like, let me just buy all the fancy equipment. People think I'm like top dog right away. I can do all this. But what it really took for me was to realize that there's a lot of like the sales and marketing that was really lacking. Where, like I said, when you are getting to business, you never think of that. You tend to just hope that people just come to you. Like, well, what's that movie? It's like, if you build it, they will come. That shit never happens, man. I was like, don't tell me you
fancy lights. Anybody?
Like, where's everybody?
Yeah, I built it. I posted on Facebook once. I'm here. Yeah, no, it's definitely, to your point, like the whole understanding the business and sales side of it all. Like, because I was when I was watching your and Alex's podcast, I was like, damn, yeah, there are definitely things that I didn't think about when I was like, trying to get into this. It was kind of like, all right, I'm gonna try and make good photos, and then someone's gonna see it, and they're gonna want it. They're gonna want that photo, and that's how it's gonna come in. You know what I mean? That's not how it worked.
And that shit just hits you. You're just like, damn, my photos ain't shit.
Yeah. Like, did I do this wrong?
I'm pretty sure I followed that YouTube tutorial pretty good. Like, I followed all the steps.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is
My
too is like
exposure's up, my
yeah,
white balance is right.
when you bring that up, like I think a lot of people too, like the I think Alex mentioned this on his podcast. Shout out to Alex. Is like you tend to fall into that YouTube university mode where you see like one video, you search something, and it leads you to another thing. You see all these great artists, and you're like, oh, I want to do that. But then I also think that's dope. I think I do that. Oh, I try that. That looks good. People usually fall into that slump where they try to emulate too many different styles, and ultimately, I think they just lose who they are. And I think that's where, when you start losing focus, that's when people like your audience, your customers, they're like, oh, he's just like the other guy, just not as good. Right. So it's
Yeah,
just like, can you
yeah,
talk a little bit about like the struggles you had? Kind of, I know when you were in California, you kind of went into like hardcore learning mode about it. Is there anything that
yeah.
kind of hits you in that situation?
So this is gonna sound kind of funny, but yeah, I definitely like I would follow like Peter McKinnon. I
Gold
think I was
standard, of
following Chris
course.
Howe. Yeah, yeah. So I was like watching them and like looking at them and like so I never tried to copy them, which could be a good and bad thing because I never because I'm trying to like figure out things in the dark in a sense. And I think it kind of comes from my b-boy side where like you don't want to like bite someone's style. So like I never tried to copy them exactly. Right. Yeah. So I
Fuck out
tried
of
to
here,
like,
bro.
like just take their ideas or take certain concepts and like, okay, I like that idea. But to the point that like maybe I should have copied them more so that I could actually build my foundation. Right. I never found myself copying multiple people. So I don't feel like I got lost in the sauce like that. But I think where I maybe could have improved on was maybe I should have copied a little bit more just so I can build a little bit more of a foundation. Like, okay, and then build off. Whereas it's like, no, I don't want to do exactly what he's doing. I'm going to try my own shit. And then I'm like, well, how do I do this? You know what I mean? It's like, so, yeah. So it's kind of like, it goes both ways for me. Like, it was a good thing and bad.
So self-analysis question, just putting you on the spot. What do you think
Go ahead.
the biggest thing you need to improve on? Art-wise.
Confidence.
Art-wise.
Art-wise, as far as like what I need to, as far as like taking the picture or,
Yeah, everything. Everything on the art side, artistic side.
I mean, I feel like in general, it's just my confidence in what I'm doing.
Right.
If that can be, like that's my main thing. Like I'm like, it's all right, whatever. And then I'll just pass on stuff. Like I won't even do an idea. It's like sticking, or I guess to your point, it's having an idea and feeling good about it enough to follow through with it.
Right.
Where sometimes I'll have an idea, I'm like, I don't think that'll be that good. And I just kind of push it aside, And then I think about it, I'm like, I should have done that. I should have just done that. And then I just, you know what I mean? So then I think confidence is my main downfall.
What do you think you can do to improve on it, like confidence-wise? Do you think it's experience? Do you think you gotta learn more? Do you think you just time needs to pass? What do you think?
To improve on my confidence, I guess in a sense it is experience. Just like making myself do it, right? So that like I can feel like I can get that my own self gratification. Like I can do it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's possible. I'm actually not that bad. Like this actually turned out good. You know what I mean? So taking those steps and like instead of just worrying about, the fear of failing, right? That's my biggest stage that I need to get past because that's one of the reasons why sometimes I don't do things. Like I have ideas in my head, but I'm like, I don't even know how to do that. So I'm not even going to try it. So it's like, I should be confident, so learning to be the confidence of being able to be like, okay, I'm going to figure it out and get it done. And then I'm going to work on it.
Well, I know just talking to you in passing and just like hearing your ideas, because people may not know this, but all of my artistic friends, I reach out randomly just to see how they're doing. And I think what was like a month ago, I just like chopped it up with you a bit. I'm like, yo, what are you up to? Like, what projects do you have going on? I haven't seen you post anything. Like, just knowing that side, I know you got a bunch of ideas, man. You got to go just force yourself to do it. Like, just put it on your calendar. One thing that helped me with the podcast in itself, I started putting on my calendar, and what I learned that from was that my wife instilled on me. Shout out to my wife. She literally says, like we don't do anything unless it's on the calendar. Like I'll ask her, "What are we doing today?" She's like, "Did you check the calendar?" It's like, "Well, shit, I did." So yeah, man, put that shit on your calendar,
Go look at
bro.
the calendar. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's really funny that you just said that because I actually had a conversation with another buddy of mine, Manstorm from Chicago Tribe. Shout out to Manstorm. We were talking about the same thing about how like artistically and like how we're feeling. And then I said what you said to him. I was like, bro, what you got to do is just put it on the calendar. I was like, you need to put it on a calendar. And like, instead of being like, ooh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I should do this. Like, put it on the calendar. Just like, like you know how we went to school. We went to school for whatever 7 to 8 hours a day, and then we learned 8 things. You know what I mean? So like, make an hour a day or something like that, and just set it on the calendar. So I just need to practice what I preach, pretty much.
But that's the thing, man. It's so easy to like to quarterback from the back seat. It's so easy
No,
to
for
tell
sure.
people because, like, if you don't practice it yourself, like you don't have to really worry about it. But that's why I started this podcast. Why I tell
Right.
people to go do their shit because people used to come for me for advice or ask me what to do. Like I give them like the best advice, but no one would actually or see me do it because I'm like, nah. I don't want to do it. Like I might fuck that up. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I feel you on that for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's
That calendar, I'm telling
what's up, baby?
you.
Yeah, but that's really what it is. I mean, just having that self accountability. So, I think later on I asked about your goals. So pretty sure in the next week or so, I'm hoping you start putting your goals on your calendar. I want to see that shit, bro. We're gonna have to share that. We're
All
gonna
right,
have to share it.
all right.
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna get a calendar, just Jay's calendar.
share that with me. You
Yeah.
know my email. You know my email. But the thing is, I do think like before we were on the chat or whatever, you're telling me about a specific style you were going on. I'm not sure if you want to elaborate on that style, but how do you think you can actually implement that style, and where do you think you came up with that style? Because I think as far as once you get into the business stuff, it's important to build out that signature niche market, that Chris Tofu Hudson perspective signature look. Can you talk a little bit how you developed or what you plan on developing and how it's going to be different from what you did in the past?
So, so what? That's a tough question. Only because I don't necessarily think I have a style. Because
Yes, you
whenever
do. Just talk.
I've tried
Just
to
say.
figure that out as
Just
well.
say that shit, bro. Just keep saying it.
I, I was gonna, whenever try and figure out what I'm doing, like the images. So when I think of style, I think of like, okay, you look at someone's page and you can like standing back from afar, you can see that they have a certain style, whether it's like high contrast or low contrast, bright, low. So like most of my stuff, I try and like it. I like it contrasty. I like to try and do like a sharp look. But my main goal is when I want someone to look at my photo, I want someone to look at it and be like, huh, like I wonder what that person's thinking, or I wonder what's going through that person's mind right now in that photo. Or like I just want them to feel some kind of way when they look at the photo. I don't necessarily just want them to be like, that's a really cool looking photo. You know what I mean? Like I kind of want them to mentally engage with it. So if there's a style in that sense, that's what I want to go for. Like I want you to look at it and not just think it looks cool, but like kind of like I said, just mentally engage with the photo.
So here's the exercise
Because
I
whenever
do
I'm
with a lot of my people. Let's just brainstorm it. What can you do
all right,
now to
okay.
show off that style? What needs to happen? Like put yourself in the audience perspective or someone that's scrolling through Instagram. What's going to make them stop on your photo?
Um, what? I don't know. That's why I need help. That's why my business failed.
But that's the thing. Well, one of the exercises I tell everyone to do,
Question.
always
Yeah.
just throw out ideas and there's no wrong answer because your contrasty look. Because remember when I was kind of looking at the photos, I was asking like what are you going for? Like what was the idea behind it? Like sometimes you just got to say it, put it out there just so you can start going after it. Like what? Those are that one photo you had of what is it? His name Dennis. Dennis walking across the picture. Like what do you want it to be? What is that style?
So that's that. At that time, I was just thinking of something clean, and like I wanted like because he's. I think the one that you're talking about was he's like wearing a suit and stuff. Is that the one?
Where he's walking across the street.
Don't remember.
The street one.
Which
You know
one?
it. Were you gonna change the background or whatever?
Oh, that one. That one's new. So that one's a newer style. That one's something like a concept that I have that I want to do. I was actually thinking like trying to do like a graphic novel via pictures. So that's like a new style that I'm gonna be trying to work in, like using Photoshop and integrating actual images with I don't know how to explain it. Kind of
Yeah,
like
like multimedia. You know,
almost trying to do
exactly.
my
I
own
can see
like
it. Yeah, yeah.
try and do my own like superhero type thingy, I guess, or like comic book idea type thingy.
No, that's
So
exactly it.
that's where
Yeah,
that one is going.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's
So
where that one's going. But as far as so that's why I say like you if I like my page Hudson perspective, like because I feel like I see things differently than some people, and sometimes I have different visions of different things. So that's one of my visions. The other one is like the other image I shared with you of Kay. It's kind of like just like I just want like a clean look and like she's like doing something and like you kind of look at the photo and you're like, well, what is she doing? Like what's going on? Like why is she like why is she in that position or something like that? So
and
so unfortunately, to your point, to your old point, I do maybe have I have multiple styles that I'm going
that's what it is, bro. See, you're like, nah, I don't. I just have one style, but then I got these 10 other
for.
sub styles that I say aren't my styles.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's the tough part, man. You just gotta, you literally just have to hear yourself say it, and they're like, you know what? I am a little out there, and that's the tough part, man.
yeah,
That's the tough part. When someone puts you on
this
the
is true.
spot and like you're live on the internet with a live podcast, like you'll find things out. So that's the thing. But luckily, like I said, you got your team around you. You got Kay, you got Dennis, or who else shoots with you? Who else shoots with you? Is it just you? Neil?
Lately
I
it's
know Neil.
mainly just been Dennis. Neil shoots here and there. He'll help me out. I definitely hit him up for advice and stuff like that. And then obviously Amanda, she calls herself my manager. Um, she's always helping me
Manager.
out.
Get it?
Yeah. Okay. I see that. And then my homie over here, Alan, he's a crew member as well. And he'll be helping me out. He'll be kind of like one of my go-to guys as well to chop out some ideas.
Yeah. And I think the tough part really is too is like when I started off, like I did a lot of Facebook fronting. I did a lot of like IG front. Like I struggled a lot. A lot of it is like I think I had the skills, but I just didn't have the right mentality going in as far as like how I internalized a lot of my struggle. And I think the hardest part really Amanda, is she just confused me? Shout out to Amanda and Amanda.
Amanda.
I think the tough part really is like when you're even just like hearing you talk, like sometimes when you are struggling, either you just don't know that you're struggling or you just don't like know who to share it with. Because I feel like as creatives you tend to have this like pride in front of each other, or not so much pride, but like you kind of have a wall of like you don't want to show how vulnerable you are, especially when it's your passion. I think people just find it hard to get critiqued or get it hard to kind of show. Like when I remember when we were talking off screen, I was like, hey, some of your pictures before and after. Like I would never, when I started off, I'm like, I would never show my before and after. I'm like, I don't think you want to see my workflow because like I'm going to spend way too much time explaining it and it's just not going to make sense. Because I mean, the tough part is like, if you don't have that person to bounce it off of, you kind of feel lost and alone. So that's kind of where I was when I started. So can you talk a little bit about that as kind of where you went to find like mentoring or who you bounce your ideals off of?
So I feel like when I first started off, as far as like ideas and stuff, I had people to bounce off of. But like to your point, like other struggles, like the business side of it, like I didn't necessarily know who to go to. And then I think you're probably I think you and Alex, as far as like business terms went, or like one of the first people that I was actually having a conversation with. But as far as artistically, it first started off like being with my coworker, Jason. And then I would bounce off ideas of, how does this look? And so on and so forth. And then coming back here, like I said, I had like scuba, torsion. Fortunately, I'm surrounded by creatives, right? Like being in the dance community, like when they say like the laws of attraction. Like I was in the dance community, and you take a step back from dance and you realize like, dang, I got all these artistic people around me. They got like painters, photographers, and like videographers. So like I bounce off ideas off of them, and then like some of Amanda's homies like Neil, Dennis, even Alex, and yourself and stuff like that. So artistically, I was able to bounce off ideas on them, like, hey, how's this looking? Like, can I fix this? Or like, how does this look? Like for the most part, people seem to appreciate what I did. I don't think I've ever gotten like, hey, that looks like trash, which is nice. But like, I'm always like, hey, let me know, like, tell me if this is if this looks good. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm open to it. Like again, like because of the dance background and the battling and all that stuff. Like if my stuff looks like trash, just tell me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't hold back.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like just talking to you, like we are like on opposite spectrums of shit. Like when I would show people my stuff, oh yo, check this shit out. They're like, it's all right. Well, you ain't shit either. All right, like my shit's hot, man. My shit's like
man, you whack anyway. I don't care about your
like, you ain't even a millionaire. I don't know why I'm trying to listen to you. But like that's the thing. Like I feel like rooting back to what we were talking about earlier, like my initial first run at my business, with B Media, like RIP B Media, I loved it. Like that was part of my huge growth. Like if I didn't fail so hard at that, yes sir. Like if I didn't fail so hard at the B Media thing, I don't think I'd be where I'm at as far as like being so in depth or involved with sales and marketing, because I talked about this in my other podcast. Like that's what got me into the sales and marketing. Like I wouldn't say I lost my passion for photography, but I think my passion for business itself, or like wanting to get out there, that grew tenfold, and it came from that. So
yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about where you see yourself in the future, like what goals you have, where you see yourself? I wanted to ask this to all my guests, but I usually forget. Like, do you have a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plan?
I did, and then like I said, like, so I had a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year plan, and then like money was like, oh, and then that was my focus, right? So then it was like, okay, I got a job. So then unfortunately, I got comfortable
Don Doyle
with my
said,
job.
what's up.
So, but
saying, what's up, dog?
But
you got this.
Don, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. What's up, cuz?
Fire.
So now that I go back, yes, my goal is to I want to build a studio in my garage, and then hopefully I can get a studio with some of my other homies like Coney Rock, because he has Coney Rock Productions. That'd be dope to meet up with him. I have my homie Manstorm, and then the other photographers, if we can all meet up too, like for scuba. So pretty much like my crew members. If we can open up like an artistic studio, that'd be pretty dope. Career-wise, like again, unfortunately, I don't have that. Yo, my shit's dope. I'm about to sell out millions. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have that mentality, which could be, yeah, which could be bad. But also, I feel like I'm just humbling myself. Like if I can turn that into like a career, that'd be dope. But for right now, it's just me just trying to build up my ideas and kind of rebuild my style again. Like because, like I said before, like I felt like I didn't necessarily know what I was doing. I was just like dabbling and just trying things. But from here, my goal is to like get a grip on what I want to do and just kind of like put out my ideas and create them. I don't know if I answered your question.
No, you did.
I think I answered your question.
To finish it, I'll just say put that shit in your calendar and share it with me so I can see it.
Yeah, I got you. I got just for you, Jessica. Just for you. Make a calendar.
All right, just for
the Becco calendar.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is new for the actual podcast itself, but we're gonna have Chris share his screen, and then we're gonna just go through his workflow, because eventually what I want to go to.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir. What I want to do also on my podcast and my page, I want to have like tutorials, like my photo and video. So I eventually want to show like my workflow and my work stuff, and pretty much how I help with helping other entrepreneurs. Because a part of B Media also was just I did a lot of sales and marketing for other creatives, and I
Okay.
eventually want to get back into that. I want to go back into consulting. I want to help people streamline their business. Whereas if it's saving them time, just making it more efficient, or just helping them with sales in general, I'm willing to help. So let's go ahead. Join your join your computer. Let's share the screen, and then for the people that
Let's
are
see
just
if
here
this
for
works.
the interview, it's probably gonna be all photography stuff. If you're not into it, Chris, you want to say maybe
They
a
love
buy?
photography stuff.
They love it. Yeah, sir. I'll just raise my glass for the people that are just here for the interview. Just want to say, Chris, appreciate you for the interview. Thanks for having, or thanks for taking the time out to do this. And the next time we have a podcast, I want the title to be changed to something more positive, like, "Yo, we're gonna do this shit. This business is easy, and we'll go from there." Cheers, bro.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, share that shit.
All right, first
Thanks
I gotta
everyone
figure
that's
out how
watching.
this
If you want to
works.
stay for the photo stuff, message me, and I mean, you don't gotta message me. You're just gonna stay anyways. Just keep it playing because I need. Just keep it playing because I need the viewed minutes to partner up with Facebook. So just leave it open. Whatever, man. If you got free Wi-Fi, I'll just leave it open.
All right, let's see if this works.
And then you just gotta go
Are you?
screen share.
Is it on? Are you? Am I connected on this one?
Yeah. So you
Host
just gotta.
disabled participant screen share. You disabled my screen share.
Did I? Hold on.
Yeah.
Try now.
What photo am I gonna screen share?
Anything, bro.
Can you see?
Oh shoot.
Can you
I don't know
see?
what I'm doing.
Ooh. Is it sharing?
I don't know what this is. Is this you?
Yeah, it's a picture of Alan. It's not showing up on the.
Oh, it's not.
Well, technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
Oh wait, I see it.
Do you? Where?
I don't know. I see it on here.
You see it on your Zoom?
Amanda, can you see the screen?
Yep. Well, this is a pro setup. This is
The one with
Yeah.
Justin shirtless. All right, for a request. The requests from the chat.
No, that's not it.
but I got a request to do a shoot that I had with Loser and Alex.
All right, I think I know how to do this. Thanks for sticking with us through the technical difficulties.
The misguided dreams and
Yeah.
aspirations.
Chris,
Of
just
the
get
tech
set up.
man.
Let me figure this out. You do your thing, dog, while you get set up. Shoot. Window capture? Is this it? Let's add. This is why we practice beforehand, but Chris wanted to play League of Legends and not want to test this
Nah,
shit.
bro. First off, I was playing WoW. Second, you were like, call me back. I was like, all right.
Shit, how do I...
I can see it on my. I just can't see it on a live feed, but I can see it in the Zoom call.
Yeah, I can see it in the Zoom call. People messaging me trying to tell me to fix this shit. Take it easy out there. Take it easy. Okay. Streamlabs, window capture. What the fuck? No, it's not window capture.
All right, I'll
Browser?
preview. I'll tease it, and then I'll switch from the photo.
Hold on. I got this. Browser source. Display capture. Hey, there we go. Oh god. All right. Can everyone see? Shoot.
Can't see anything.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if it changes in the Facebook thing.
It's not changing on the Facebook thing.
It's not?
Uh-uh. I see your questions though.
Hey, questions.
I see that right up.
Oh, you know what? It's sharing this. It's sharing my notes. Damn it. It's sharing my notes.
Hey, now that you know this is scripted.
Oh shoot. How come this is so difficult?
My wife is cracking up right now.
Is she?
Yeah.
Amanda, sing some shit or something. Distract the viewers.
Can you feel the love?
Is that what it looks? Oh, thanks, baby. All right, there we go. Yes, sir.
I don't see anything.
No, we're good. No, I think it's good. No.
Hold
nope.
on, let me refresh this.
Damn it. Yeah. Sweet. Thanks, baby. Love you. You okay?
Oh, there it is. Oh, she told you to move your screen up to share your screen, sharing my screen.
Move it up. Ah, shit.
Oh, you good? I can see it now.
Hold on. I can move it up a little bit.
He looks like a little kid.
There you go. If I move it up, I can't see. There we go. But I can't see my border. Hold on. I gotta get my border. All right, here we go. I got it.
This is awesome.
So source, display capture, add source. Yes. Ah, damn it. Still. Oh, there it is. Nope. What? Gotta put the name tags and shit up top.
I bet.
There you go. Wait. Oh, shoot. Display capture. If I put this down, there it is. Okay. There it is. Look, you can still see this and shit. All right. Run it. Thank you for your patience. We lost 6 viewers. God damn it. My bad, Chris. My bad, everyone.
Oh, man. So I think randomly you're able to go. So I don't know if you can see it, but I took 261 photos during this session.
Okay.
So I will just go through each of these and I'll kind of like figure out which ones I'm feeling. Obviously, some are kind of like he's not looking or they're just I'm just not like I don't know this it was cool at the time, but then I'm looking at it, I'm like that's not so cool anymore. You know what I mean? But like for instance, like even this one, like this one, like originally I didn't really pick it, but now that I'm looking at it, it's not bad. I can run with this and just see how I'm feeling because like I said, like you look at it immediately and you already get like for me, like I'm getting some type of like it's not just a cool looking photo. It's like I don't know, like he's conveying he's expressing something, right?
Yeah.
So my first, if we're going to go through workflow, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to find a photo that is conveying some type of emotion, and I think to your point, maybe that's not necessarily like my style, but my goal when it comes to working with someone. I always, actually, that was like my business mantra, right? Was to help people express themselves, right? Like I want to be able to create something that will help someone express who they are or express how they feel at a certain moment in time. So in a sense, like expression, I guess, is what I'm going for. So for this guy, and like my workflow is very minimal, in a sense that like I'll go in and like I'll see and like I'll go and like I'll do like quick touch ups and stuff like that. Like, and these can be like literally minuscule things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure that's going to be there forever. Like,
Right.
this may be something that will disappear in a week or so, you know, so I'll do things like that and I'll just back out.
When you're taking the picture, what do you, as far as like what you're telling him what to do? Are you just letting him flow, like after each picture?
So with this one, Justin was just like feeling himself, right? So he was just like moving around, dude. I was like, all right, man, just do you, boo boo.
Fuck
You know
it,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Just
Just
start
have
touching
fun,
yourself and shit.
right?
Yeah.
Well, okay. But like, so that's the main thing. Like, I don't necessarily like to tell people how to pose because once you tell someone to do a pose, it's kind of like, well, what do I do? So they like lock up, you know. It's kind of like, all right, just move for me. Like, I just want you to like take your jacket off, or like for this one, like pull your shirt down for me, and like let's see how that comes out, you know. There'll be times I'm like, all right, we'll do it, but like leave one shoulder up and one shoulder just to get like some dynamics to it, you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty much like trying to capture movements instead of like trying to tell someone to pose for the most part. And then like, you know, I'll go in and
As
like
far as
I
lighting,
use the
where are
flash.
you in the lighting sense? Is it like a 3-point?
So at the moment, I believe I only have a 2-point. I have one over here. You can see on his glasses. That's
Yeah.
probably why I didn't pick this photo because you can see the light box.
Yeah.
So there's a light box over here, and I'm pretty sure I have another light box over here. So it's just a 2-point. So then, yeah, like again, like I probably didn't pick it because I can see this because usually I don't like those in the photo.
Yeah.
But then as far as like white balance goes, I'll go and just do flash. And then lately I've been feeling like the cooler vibe. So I'll use like a cooler temperature. Play with my exposure. Before I used to like mine a little bit darker, but I don't know. I'll play with contrast. Actually, before I do all this, I would usually go. So then I also look at my histogram up here. And I just try. These are like basic things. I move this thing so that I'm not like clipping the darks. You know what I'm saying? So now it's no longer clipping my dark. And then again, I'll do like the infamous S curve.
Right.
It's kind of small though, minimal. Sometimes I'll keep it dipped down here. I don't know. Sometimes I like the way that this looks. And then I'll go down, just do my simple lens correction. Remove this guy. And literally, I will go here, no idea if it's doing anything, and I'll just bump it up.
For the sharpening?
Because it's supposed to sharpen my photo, right? But I never actually see that it's doing anything. So I'm like, let's just make it higher. It's supposed to do something, so I'm sure it's doing something.
Well, rule of thumb is when you're sharpening, only
Yeah.
sharpen where you want it to be sharpened. So like where you see the
Yeah.
eyes, or like
Right.
where you want the audience's eyes to be, only sharpen that.
So I do know, like in, I think it's in Photoshop. I'm pretty sure it's in here too. Like you can move this slider around and have it like be black and white, and then you can like the white parts is where it's the sharpest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to do that, and I haven't looked up how to do that in Lightroom yet. So I'm just.
I think if you hold
do
Alt
that.
and slide
Is
it
it
back and
alt?
forth.
Let's try it. You know what? Let's try this, dude. Online learning.
Yes, sir.
No, see,
Well, it does
this
something.
isn't doing what I want it to do.
Try.
I mean, it's doing something.
It's doing something.
What if I hold down Control? No. What about Shift?
I'm pretty
Anyway.
sure Alt's doing something.
Alt is doing something. It's just not doing what I thought it was doing.
Yeah. But anyways, when you're doing that, do you use the brushes for the sharpening? Because usually you don't want to sharpen the whole thing. Yeah.
So I don't use the brushes in sharpening. Again, like I said, I just do this, and I'm like, okay, it's sharpening something. It sounds really
Right.
dumb now that I'm saying it out loud. But and then I just started using my brushes. Like I would paint like the skin just so I can get it the right color and the tone that I wanted.
Mhm.
But before I would literally just use these and then kind of call it a day. So let's see what I would do.
Here, do me a favor.
And again, these are
send me this file real quick, and I'll show you how I'll do it.
You want the raw?
Yeah, and I'll show you how I do it on Photoshop.
You're just gonna show me up, right? Okay, that's cool.
No, it's literally just taking.
No, man, that's cool, man. I see how it is.
It's literally taking your same concepts and then just see. I'm telling you how you would do it from Photoshop. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, your workflow should be different if you have Photoshop in mind. So, what I'm seeing is it makes sense for what you're doing, because if you're last tool that you're using is Lightroom, it makes
Yeah,
sense. I would just say use the brushes a little bit more.
that's definitely what that's what I've been starting to do,
Yeah.
is using my brushes more. And then once I started using my brushes a little more, I was like, what if I just went into Photoshop and used those brushes?
Yeah.
Let's see. So I guess real quick, I can show you one that I did really fast.
Yeah, yeah. Send it to or send
I just sent you.
this one to me, and then I'll.
So the one I think I just posted this on my IG is the one of K. So I think this is what I originally started with. I originally started with this guy, and then I was in Lightroom and I did this guy. Oop, I lied. I did this guy in Lightroom. Are these big enough for you to see?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool. So I did this guy, and then I took it into Photoshop, and then I tweaked some stuff. This one I use more brushes, and this is when I use the high frequency separation, stuff like that.
Right.
So there's this one.
You sent me the raw one. You sent me a JPEG.
I did. Oh, the raw one of K, or I sent you a raw one of. I lied. I didn't send you a raw
You
one.
sent me a bunch of JPEGs.
Shut your mouth. My bad.
And again, for the people watching, this is more photography nerdy stuff. So not going to be as entertaining as the interview. But
Hey man, we're still entertaining.
We'll just show people what my workflow looks like too. Because I think my workflow, I simplified my workflow a lot from where I started. Because honestly, I didn't want to take that much time. You sent me another JPEG.
No, I just sent you a raw file.
Oh, you just sent me one?
I literally just sent it right when you're talking shit.
Is it Justin?
Yeah. No, it will be the zero. It will be studio session 130.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like when we're looking at this picture of Justin, can you see my cursor? Or no? No, you're sharing your screen. I don't know why. No.
Well, I can see. Hold on, I got dual monitors open.
True. So when you're looking at this picture, what am I looking at? Like, where do you want the eyes to go?
So eventually, I will sit here and. I will probably do something like this and bump this up a little bit so that this has a little bit more exposure to it. So you're kind of looking more in that area. I just realized I keep watching the Facebook one and it's lagging.
Yeah,
I should watch the one on my. I should watch the one on my phone.
A little different.
So that's what I would do. I'll sit here and I'll lighten this area up. So I will try and lighten areas up that I want you to focus at, and darken areas I don't necessarily really care for you to look at.
And then for this specific picture, specific picture, what else do you do? Like, what makes you say the picture's done?
Honestly, just when I feel like there isn't like okay, I did checklist 1, 2, 3, and 5. Like I'm good. It's just kind of like a feeling,
Right.
Like, all right, I'm good with this. Like I can deal with this, Because there are times like you could, but the thing is some photos you have to like tell yourself. I have to tell myself, all right, stop. Like you're good here. Like you tweaking this and that isn't gonna make the anything different.
But most of your stuff is like mostly like global changes.
Yes, it wasn't until I did. I'll show you who I did. I did when I was messing with Leo's photos. You know Leo, right?
Sure.
Leo Arius. Do I have him on here?
Oh, got a folder for me. Oh, respect, dog.
Stupid. Let's see. Oh, what are you doing to my computer here?
Oh, because I think you're screen sharing, so it looks weird.
Let's see, Leo. Can I access this from here?
You probably have the open folder thing open.
You are 100% right. I forgot that I even did that. Do, 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 do.
How many screens you got open, bro? Like 5?
These are just the photos I was showing.
All right. Again, this is
I don't
for
know how
photo nerds. Like, this is not as entertaining. I apologize for not being as entertaining for this one.
So when I did Leo's, this is when I started doing a little bit more local adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think I went in here. Why is my file not found?
Probably moved it.
I did.
And then this is a
Do you have any?
as
Do we?
well, right?
Is anyone still watching us click through folders?
We got 4 viewers.
Let's go.
And I think one of them is me, one of them's you, and then the other 2 are our wives.
I don't even think Amanda's watching anyone. She's like, yeah, I'm good.
That was good. Good one, guys.
Yep. Good job, babe.
Or this is for all our Twitch viewers that watch 5 hours straight. Oh. Andrew, what's up? Respect. Don's back. Respect.
Nice.
Oh, Amanda's here.
Why is it saying
Respect. So that
still not
means
found?
Jessica's not here.
Dang. No, she's there.
It's all good.
Why is this being an asshole? Anyway, I don't think I can show you. For some reason, I gotta like redo these photos. Or
All right, here. Let me share my screen.
all right, let me see that.
So let me go. And I will go. Let's make sure I'm sure. Let's see. Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see where this is. So the thing about Photoshop that's dope is that it automatically opens the camera raw. So
Right.
you're gonna feel real familiar. Once I find it, is it this one? Or is it this one? Yeah. So pretty much.
The water bottle. Stupid.
Is there so like all the adjustments you were making, you didn't really do too many, right? You just went a little cooler.
Yeah, I went cooler. Well, I didn't go all the way into it, but because we would have been here for a little bit. But yeah, I went a little cooler. Probably pumped up the highlights a tad bit. Brought down the blacks a little bit.
And then as far as sharpening, you just went in there complete, right? So let me just put that up. So usually when I see this, like I don't even see is the only thing I really look for when I look at a picture or whatever. I just try to see if there's separation. So I know you have the two photo or two light setup. So I think
Yep.
one of the best things to do to keep your style maintained is just stay with the two light setup, right? So everything you do should always just be two lights moving
So
forward.
I want to do 3, but okay,
Yeah, but I mean, if you're trying to stick to a style, just make sure all your lights are the
for
same.
sure.
I only
Makes
thing I would
sense.
say is get a hair light. Like make if you're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
have
what
a
I'm
second one,
saying. Yeah.
yeah, and then just maybe your front light just be a little bit wider, because even just like details in the bottom of the picture, they could actually show up. Like I know that the focus isn't there, but just to have the details there, right? Like you can save it in the exposure, whatever. So let me just go into how I would do like the actual sharpening, whatever. Once it opens up. Oh shoot, it didn't open.
This one I want to do a cinematograph too, as well.
Is there? So my workflow. Let me back this up a little bit.
I keep looking at the Facebook one and forgetting that it's lagged.
I gotta make it so you can see my window and shit. Can you see it?
See what?
There, so look at the thing. So pretty much basic, like the fastest way to do it, just make a copy of the background just so you could do all this, whatever. So if you're just going straight into, like you're just doing your auto fucking correction, like the great thing about Photoshop is just like real quick, right? So all I'm just doing is, what's this fucking button?
Healing brush.
Spot healing.
Oh,
Just
you
going
just
over
spot
there,
healing.
just feel whatever. Like I don't want to go too in depth on
Right.
this, whatever. So you just do your basic skin correction there.
Yep.
And then now here's the fun part. So once you get into like the frequency separation, all you would have to do is just make two different copies. Make one just the texture. So this is the high pass. All you would do is just try to see the different variants, is if you can see like texture or whatever.
Wait,
See?
is that did you make that, or is it already a drop down called high pass?
It's filter. You just go to filter and other high pass. Like this is what all the pros do. So get used to this. So this is gonna be filter.
Well, because I was using a different one.
Yeah.
I was doing image apply and then
yeah. This
another.
I'm gonna show you how I group everything. Like I'm telling everyone the secrets. Like this is why I charge $300 a picture. So you go so filter other high pass, right? And then you just go. So the radius just really depends on how much detail you want to show. So the small box will give you like how much detail, right? So like right now, maybe I'll just do a little bit more just so you can see it on the screen. But anytime you start seeing color, that's when you've done too much. All right. So just go where you, just a little bit texture. Sometimes it looks weird if you do too much. So you got your first background that's just the high pass. All you go there is overlay. So as you can see, it's already more contrasty, right?
Yep.
So now you go with the underline, go to blur, Gaussian blur, right? Hold on, let me cover this. There you go, Gaussian blur. And same thing with this. You just want to see where the skin color, you can't tell the difference, like it's an even fade. You see right here, you can see the difference of the lighting.
Yeah.
So you just go to where that fades. So now a little bit more. Now that line isn't as distinct, you can even go a little bit more. Now you have that together, right? Now you group it together. And then you do what we call, what is this called? A face mask? Fuck it, a layer mask, sorry. Then you invert that bitch. Yeah, so you go there and you invert it. Okay? You with me still?
Yep.
This is pro level shit, bro. Pro level shit. I'm giving you $100 an hour right here. So what's going on is, so you see this black layer right here. So everything
Yep.
black, that's hidden. So, and everything in white is applied. That makes sense?
Yep.
So when you go black and you draw on white, you'll see that the texture, wherever you want to clean up.
Damn, you have an 18% flow.
I go at 18 and then I bring it back down 50%.
Yeah.
So let's say you want to keep some of the scruff, which a lot of people, and it's really good for like when there's discoloration. So this is red.
Yeah.
So you're getting rid of a lot of the flow. So like this is what high-end retouchers use. So you're getting like that porcelain skin.
Yeah. Do we like this porcelain skin?
So stick with me.
You're gonna drop that opacity down, right?
Yeah. So you just go. So you do it this high just so you can see where it is.
Yeah,
You
where
see
it's
the
actually
difference.
applying itself.
Yeah. And then you just adjust it from there. And then this is, you use the same concept for like dodging and burning and everything. So let's say you're here, even if it with wrinkled clothes,
Yeah.
this is like real dope. So now this is just the face. Now from far away, porcelain skin, right?
Yeah.
And then from here, you just bring it down however you want. And then same thing for like the for the edges. So if you're doing it here, you're only doing on the parts where the skin or you want to pop out. So I would highlight the brim. So now you're seeing a lot more separation between the background and the hat. And same thing with the contrast of the glasses. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
So if I'm looking at the picture, you saying this is a flaw, I would say that's automatically where the eyes are going, because people are going to see that flaw,
Yeah.
right? So
Right.
most of the artists out there, they embrace the flaw. So bring the attention to it, start there, and you see like the neck, the chain, and everything. Just be real selective on how you're doing your sharpening. And then you can go from there. And the same concept could be applied to how you do the tattoos. Like when you do real in depth, so like I'll copy this. So now I've just, make sure you always keep it like labeled, because you want to see where everything goes. So you just hide that, keep that going. And then now you can adjust this. So if you want to do this and you just want to add a little bit like more darkness to it, let me do it. So brightness, same thing. So now remember, you put it black, so, and then you draw on white. Right? So around here, the only thing I would recommend, if you don't have that hair light, just draw it in yourself. And then this one you could put a little bit higher. Like it's
Well,
like,
that's gonna be all dark because you dropped down your brightness, didn't you?
right, so but you see, it gives you the illusion that it's popping out, right? So same thing, you just come around this way. And obviously you just want to put it as high. But you see how the contrast makes it stick out a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing around here, just around the glasses, around the eyes. I do this around the eyes a lot.
Yeah, I'll do that with guys too.
And then right, like that's not realistic. But like the parts where the light needs to be a little bit more pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only just real subtle touches, because you don't need to sharpen the whole thing. Because
Right.
like that's just exaggerating everything. But if I really took my time, you see how like it can really add to your picture. And that's literally just like 5-10 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and then same thing, now that everything's in layers, you could kind of see the difference. So if I'm going here, if I'm just doing the light, So a lot of times you can't get the light in, but if you just dodge and burn it with just doing brightness, it
Hmm.
saves yourself a lot of time. And the same thing with the high pass, it makes a pretty big difference. And those little subtle
Yeah, these
touches
are
like
the
that,
things.
those are little subtle things that you can catch real quick to just really high end your quality. So now that I want to
Yeah.
do so same thing if I'm doing the tattoos. So I'll go to this one. Okay, close that. Oh shit. And now I'll just bring the
Are you using
darkness.
your mouse or a brush?
It's just the mouse.
Or wake them.
Just use the mouse. A razor mouse actually, because I a little bougie like
Nice.
that. And then same thing. You just do just like make the tattoos a little bit more pronounced. Like a lot of people like the faded tattoo look, but
Uh
if you
huh.
just go in there and just darken some of the parts, like right here where you know it's gonna be dark, darken it
Yeah.
because you're going for like a really contrasty look.
Right.
Same thing. You could just same thing. You're just adding a little bit more dynamic because sometimes the lights that you have set up, it actually makes it like a false light, right? It's not realistic. It's not what real life has. So like when you just have like a really dark spot, like where it's supposed to be. And the thing is too, when you're using like soft lighting, it makes it your contrasty picture look too soft.
Mm.
So that's why I say like go with the brushes. And the only thing too is with like this stuff, I just did it so I can make a point. But like
Yeah.
just practice with it. When you get into Photoshop, you're gonna be real surprised like what the actual flexibility is and how quickly you can make a picture look real high end. Because once you get to that point, you might even just skip Lightroom or all at once.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about that. I was like, if I can go into just straight on Lightroom, and I know Lightroom, like you said, Lightroom has a camera raw,
Yeah,
or I can just go in and brush stuff and mask things out. Like,
yeah,
I know Lightroom. Lightroom is just, for me was just my intro. You know what I mean?
yeah. So like,
Into editing.
but Lightroom's like really good if you're doing people. I try to stay away from Lightroom just because a lot of it you just can't get as in depth with what you're doing.
Hmm.
So like here, so I mean, just like simple skin retouching, like you probably can't tell the difference, but like you can kind of see the concept, right? So just brushing in the differences is gonna make a huge impact. So like that picture you have with Kay, like you didn't send that to me, but like you can kind of see where you would apply it to, because even with like
Yeah.
simple pictures, like sometimes you just got to see it from someone else. Like hand it to Amanda or show the picture to like one of your friends or whatever, and just ask them where do your eyes go right away. Like just scan it and just be like, hey, where do your eyes go? And then if it's not where you want it to be, that's not the right picture.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Because if
Makes
you want to
sense.
convey a message, like anyone should be able to see that message, right?
Hmm.
So that's like another
Be like, yo, does it look like this dude's biting his bottom lip?
yeah.
All right, we good.
It's literally like that type of stuff because like that's really the difference sometimes when it comes to due to a picture. It
Right.
makes the business side a little bit more easy, and you can kind of tell yourself how much time you're putting into each picture. Like that's why I streamline my workflow where the only editing I do is literally only like 15 minutes, and it's basically this.
Hmm.
But then it's just as fast as if you were to do it on Lightroom sometimes.
Yeah, but I think to your point, like Photoshop you can get more more pinpointing at what you wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think when you're starting out, like I think it's one of those things where you kind of just want to push pictures out. Like you just want to produce it. I
Hmm.
think the tough part was with me is I think with you and me, like we tend to be perfectionists, and we're just like, oh, it's not done yet, not done yet, and then you go down that rabbit hole of, oh shit, I've been doing this for like 3 hours, and all I did was like brighten up the skin a little bit. And they're like, damn, I gotta watch another tutorial on how to do this.
For sure.
So it's one of the things where you just kind of see where like the perceived differences from your consumer. Like I ask Amanda, hey, can you tell the difference between this and this picture? And that's at it. So just find out what works for you and be like, hey, what difference can I see? Because like the photos you take are really good. Like you don't have to do much to it. It's just those high end type thing, like the high pass filters and all like the high frequency separation. It'll make sense if you're not spending too much time on it. Because you take a lot of pictures, bro. So it's like, damn, I don't want to do that.
You see, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can open up one of the pictures that I did for me and our family pictures. Because I'll show you like how I do the. Let me get my folder off the world screen right quick.
You have some shit in there. Yeah. Oh, babe, you remember that folder I told you I wasn't going to show anybody?
Not that one.
The whole world saw it.
Yeah, let's see if I even have it. Because I just think it's funny, like, people don't realize, because I tell people I charge, like, this much for pictures, but it's because I do, like, so much to it, right? I wonder if I can find it. Desktop.
Make sure you run that calendar by your manager.
Oh, man. It's true, though. You gotta run that back. Now, where is my fucking shit? Hold on. Maybe go. Open recent thumb.
Estimated floor plan. Why are you doing floor plans in Photoshop?
Oh, you didn't know? It's like that, bro. It's like that. Oh, snap. Okay, here we... Nope. Psych. Alright, well, I ain't gonna find it. We'll save that for another day. But pretty much, we'll just end it here, man. Just want to say, give you another cheers, a second end to the podcast. Thanks for all four of y'all for tuning in. Appreciate you. We'll do this again. This time, you think of the fucking. Wait a second. Let me go back so people can see us. Stop share. Let me kick this guy out. Yeah. Anyways,
damn, bro,
cheers to you, bro. Good luck
Cheers,
with everything.
man.
Tell the wife I said what's up.
Thank you.